Give him a signal.
Give him a signal once the
All right.
light's red.
We got it?
Loud. Okay, we'll call general government, why is that so loud? Call general government meeting to order at 9:31. Roll call, please.
Gershenson is absent with notice. Hoffman.
Here.
Kowal. Here. Kokendorfer.
Here.
Quarles. Fleming.
Here.
Long.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Okay, we'll stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and so then we need a motion for, to approve the previous minutes from January 17th, moved by Commissioner Kowal, supported by Commissioner Hoffman. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, and then we need a motion to approve the agenda as presented, moved by Commissioner Fleming, supported by Commissioner Hoffman. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, any public comment? I think everyone's here for the agenda. All right, seeing none, we'll close that and move on right to the regular agenda item. 52-3 District Court Division, Rochester Hills. Approval of 52nd District Court Magistrate Karen M. Holtz. We need a motion for that. Moved by Commissioner Kofendorfer, supported by Commissioner Fleming. Good morning, and thank you for coming back.
Good morning. My name is Tom Thomas. I'm the Court Administrator for 52-3 District Court in Rochester Hills. To my right is Amy Luce, Deputy Court Administrator, and to my left is Karen Holt. Today we are respectfully requesting the appointment of Karen Holt as our court's newest magistrate. She was selected unanimously by the judges of 52-3 and approved by Chief Judge Rubens of the 52nd District Court. Karen has worked as a licensed attorney for just shy of 20 years, and during that time she's served in various capacities in Oakland County. So today we request her appointment. We will entertain any questions you may have.
Okay, any questions? Did you want to tell anything, or you?
Excellent resume,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's good, yep.
I'm very good with that.
Okay.
I'm excited for this opportunity. So be here.
Okay, sorry you had to come back again. Any questions, or no? Okay, seeing none, we'll do roll call, and then we'll go to the board meeting.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Kowal.
Yes.
Kokendorfer.
Yes.
Fleming.
Yes.
Long.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Well, thank you, nice to meet you. I'm sure we'll
Thank
go fine
you.
at the board meeting, so,
Probably took you longer to get here.
yeah. Okay, and then.
We got it done.
Yes, good. Next item, Regional Convention Facility Authority Citizen Advisory Council Status Update. And we have
Thank
Ms.
you.
Burris here. Good morning, thank you too for coming back.
Thank you.
And this is for committee information.
Yes,
And then she is up for reappointment too at number 4.
exactly. Good
Morning.
Is that mic on?
Yeah, mine's loud and hers isn't as loud.
Just make sure it's on there. Well, good morning. Nancy, how you doing?
Make sure
Good to see you.
No, we don't need to. Well, you get a better
We're
greeting.
glad to see you.
Yeah, you get a better greeting.
So basically, since my appointment, I've attended the meetings for the CFA, which is the Regional Convention and Facility Authority, and I asked the president, CFO, Patrick Barrow, to be here today if you had questions. He said that he would come speak to this body at any time to talk about their growth, what has happened over the last 5 years since the appointment, and since things have been moving forward. One of the things I noticed as a citizen is that there are no formal report backs. So this is actually the first time I've ever come to report on what's happening with the Cobo Center and the updates and changes, and the feedback for that. I am not sure what you're looking for or what you need from the citizens to provide this information, or what you want the citizens to glean from the meetings. So Patrick and I have a great relationship, and I'm always welcome at their meetings. So if there's something that you need from them, they are more than happy to share
Okay, good.
with this committee. And can I just hit the button?
Mhm.
Okay, because I'm a little I'm that person who doesn't know how to work a computer. So as you can see, he's shared with you the 2016-17 actual budget with the profit and loss statement. And as you can tell, they are in the black. They are growing. The actual facility itself is seeing more revenue with the revitalization, of course, of Detroit. Everyone wants to be in Detroit. And their actual facility is being rented and used more frequently because of the renovations that has taken place. Physical year comparison, he did the breakdown over the years, and they did have a drop in 2015, and he just states that that drop was based on some budgetary things. They had some items that they had to take care of, like infrastructure. A lot of expenses went towards making sure that the facility was up to date and had the right amount of infrastructure and the Wi-Fi capacity and things like that. So it took a lot to get there, but as you can see, you know, again, they're moving in the right direction with the dollars that are expended to them. Here it shows that in 2010, Cobo was losing money. I mean, they were bleeding money. And they have been gaining and on the plus side again since these renovations, since the building has been updated, since Detroit is making a comeback, and they feel that it's, you know, really a great thing, and they just want people to support what is happening down at the facility. And as you can see, his note states that they have achieved the break even which was required by early. So they have broken even and are now seeing a positive growth on their actual income. And on the last chart he gave me, and I'm trying to do numbers, but I'm actually an administrator. I'm not a
You're doing great.
I'm not a financial person, so I'm kind of winging it. But, and this, I did share this with Jamie. So Jamie, he said you can share whatever. His information is in that email, so they're welcome to call him. But he, one of the things is that he wanted to point out is that they had an early retirement of some of the bonds that they had.
Okay.
And they are very excited about that they were able to actually release those and be done with that and get rid of that overhead and that quote-unquote bondage from that, from the taxpayers and from them putting money out for physical debts. But again, you know, they are very positive and very excited. They have committees that focus on artwork, beautifying the internal structure as well as keeping the external structure up to date. As you all know, they have put in the LCD screen, which they now have for rental. They do have the naming rights up, which is kind of up for debate, and this is somewhere where the commission can weigh in. One of the things is people love Cobo Center, but then also they think about, well, what does Cobo Center mean? And the name Cobo, what type of thoughts does that bring to mind? But, you know, this is an area where you can say, you know, as the citizens, this is what we think, or, you know, maybe we should have the naming rights. They're looking to get revenue from that so that they can build, of course. And, you know, they're just hopeful that you guys will provide feedback, you guys will engage more, you'll give me questions to ask. As you look at what's happening in the city of Detroit, those are questions we can ask this body. The body actually is comprised of a board as well, and those members have jobs in the community, and they are welcoming and open to whatever we have for them. My ask for the commission is that you guys provide me with a mission and some goals. That has not happened, and at this point, I'm just sitting in meetings.
Okay.
And I'm just gathering info, and then I'm taking it home and putting it in the corner. So it's what do you want from me to help move this forward?
Okay, that's good. I have Commissioner Fleming, then Commissioner Kowal.
First of all, thank you so much for coming back again. And I know you're not a financial person, but you did a good job. Okay with that.
Well, he,
The-
coached me.
The question I have, looking back is good. What I think this board's interested in is, what is a forecast? Do we have a forecast going forward? In other words, I hear things like the auto show may be not as strong or may be moving out, but can we get a forward look forecast as to what the projections are for the next? I know you're doing a lot of things to try to attract events and so forth, but what do we have booked? What do we have actually booked, so that we can forecast what our revenue is going to be like and our income for the next, say, 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years, okay. And I definitely can take that back, and I'm more than sure they have that information, which is why he volunteered to come to share it, and he said he would come at any time. So if you wanted him here to bring his books, he could talk more succinctly about that. I know that they do a lot of forecasting, and in the materials they give, it tells what they anticipate over the next 2 or 3 years. Yes, or what they're hoping.
Yes.
All set?
Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Kowal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And thank you for coming, and you're very active, and you're doing a great job. And
Thank you.
Just to reiterate, what supports this is also the hotel, motel, and liquor tax, regional tax. Is it 3 counties or is it 5, I think?
It's 3.
3, okay.
It should be Macomb, Oakland, and Wayne.
Yeah.
In that, I think Oakland is the only one who independently shows up. Macomb has Mike Carroll. I don't know if the name rings a bell. He's a commissioner for Macomb, but he's also on this council.
Okay.
And from Mike's perspective, there's no collaborative meeting, or there's no collaboration between the counties. So Mike and I even talked about, well, how can we get together? But we don't even know the representative from Wayne County. So there's no...
Okay.
And that goes to my next
Conversation.
question. It's like, well, given the activity at the Cobo Center, also then, but you get the revenues from the hotel, motel, and liquor tax, but you just, I think, maybe one concern, but do you have, or have you had anything that has concerned you going to these meetings, or anything that, gets the hair on the back of your neck to stand up, or anything that you would question at all as to what's going on?
Well, the only thing, even moving forward, whether it's myself or another person, is just understanding the objectives of my purpose, what it is that we're there to do. So sitting in the meetings, everything they say sounds wonderful. Oh, we're gonna, build a tower out front. And I'm like, okay, is that appropriate? Is that what the commission is looking for? Is that a waste of money? So I didn't know, but understanding where they're going and even actually walking through the facility, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. But that was fact-finding on my own. It was not really coming back to quarterly report or having this dialogue on a regular basis, even if it's not quarterly, at least once a year, so and then you send me back out with more questions. So I just kind of felt alone in doing that. And they were welcoming. I mean, I got a parking space and everything, but but I'm like, okay, I got all this paperwork. What do I do with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's very good. Yes. Commissioner Kofendorfer.
So first off, you are not alone, and we thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you.
today, because there are a lot of people that would have been content just to sit back and, go to the
Right.
meetings and participate and let the papers pile up, and you didn't, and that says a lot about you, and we appreciate that. I completely agree with Commissioner Fleming and getting information about forecast.
Okay.
Additionally, in terms of, what you could do for the commission, if you see any deficits in the future, if you see very large capital expenditures that go above and beyond, normal operating expenses, not there's anything wrong with that whatsoever, But if you ever see some of these big line items that, you feel
Are
like it would be
unexplained.
appropriate to bring back and just keep us in the know, even if
Okay.
there isn't anything for us to do about it right now,
Okay.
that would be great. If you see big drop-offs that can come in the forecast, that would be great. Just those sort of big spikes one way or another, just to continue to keep us updated. If there are issues that sort of invite public comment, like the potential renaming of Cobo, to come here and just solicit
Okay.
input as to whatever it's worth,
Okay.
our 2 cents on that. I can tell you as simply as one commissioner of 21, my idea is that it is in Oakland County's best interest for the city of Detroit to continue to thrive. And anything we can do to further that, I am all for. And to the extent that they can build more revenue by renaming, I personally have no issue with that, but I understand that there are people who have very different opinions on it, but that's my 2 cents. But again, thank you very much for everything you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, I will be kind of very transparent and honest. I live in Troy. I worked in Troy, and I really didn't have a deep connection to the city other than going down for these meetings. Well, I now work in the city of Detroit, and just driving down Woodward or just driving through some of the neighborhoods, you see the growth and expansion. And if we are connected to that in any way, I just encourage people to just take a drive, just see what's going on, and that generates questions like, okay, so they're building this, so what does that do to Cobo? All of these lofts, all of these new hotel facilities, all of these, what does that do for the expansion and growth of Cobo? We have now all of these other facilities, the LCA, we have Fort Field. Are they pushing revenue towards that venue, or are they pulling it away? So that's kind of what I'm looking at now, because it's not the newest thing.
Sure.
So how does that affect the entire region? Because they're drawing concerts now, and they might draw the auto show. It could be a number of changes that could happen, and we just have to watch that.
That's a good insight, and those
Yes,
are
it
exactly
is.
the types of insights of why you're there, and it's valuable to bring
Yeah.
back to us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you.
It's just, I was always in my city, get up, drive to work here, and work 5 minutes. And now driving down, just driving different roads, I'm like, oh, it's a lot going on that people don't know about.
Good. Good. Any other questions?
Yes, Jamie has that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
again, Patrick's info is in that email, so you can share that. I'm not bragging on him, but he is the nicest man. We always meet once a year just to catch up and that kind of thing. So he's been very welcoming to this body. Yes.
Good. Yeah, any other questions? All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank
And then
you.
your appointment is, we're gonna do that after this one brief thing, so.
We
no-
just need to make a motion to receive
Yes,
the file.
right, but you're coming up if you wanna stay, because you want reappointed to it, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
thank
So we need a motion to receive and, file this information, moved by Commissioner Kowal, supported by Commissioner Fleming. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Okay, thank you. And then we have just a brief number 3. I think separate email, they got it, correct? Separate email, and it was just the 2018 appointments, current members. So maybe, I don't know if we want to, print it out, or you have it on the email. So it's for just information. So this Regional Convention Facility Authority, it is up March, right?
So,
March 3rd? Yes. And Ms. Burris would like reappointed to that. So that's number 4, but that's a current one. And then the community mental health are due April 1st, correct? And then we're going to discuss that in number 5. And jury board, we need 3 more. 3 are, no, there's 1, right? 1 expired.
one appointment made.
Okay, and that will be May 1st. So those are the most current ones on that. So that was an email to Jamie, and she emailed it because it was, at people's phone numbers and stuff. So instead of putting it on the agenda, she emailed a separate email to our emails with that information, that was good, yes. So that is just a receive and file, so if we can have a motion to receive and file. Yes, for number 3, moved by Commissioner Fleming, supported by Commissioner Quarles. So just look and see if there's ones coming up that, that you have people in mind for or not. And then,
Voice vote on that.
yep, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, okay. And then number 4 is Regional Convention Facility Authority Citizens Advisory Council appointment. So this is our pleasure, but I would like to, she wants to reappoint, if we can get a motion to reappoint Ms. Burris. She's doing an excellent job with no guidance from us at all, right? Right, you know, I mean, she's going out, okay, moved by Commissioner Fleming, supported by Commissioner Colwell. Okay, any other discussion? So maybe, like she said, we could have her like twice or once a year, at least once a year, because that would be helpful. Or anytime you feel there's an issue, like Commissioner Kofenderfer said, maybe if the renaming, if it gets to be, you know, anything that we could just get an update would be great.
If you have questions, just send them through Jamie.
Right.
I will reach out.
Right.
I'll get an answer and I'll get it back. So you might see something on your.
Correct.
I'm not a CNN watcher and.
Right.
If you see something, you're like, wait a minute, you know, shoot that email.
Okay.
Then I can reach out and say, hey, what's going on?
Okay, perfect, yes. Yep, all right, any other, so we'll do a roll call vote on the reappointment of Ms. Burris.
Commissioner Colwell,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Quarles,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Long.
Yes, well, congratulations, and thank you so much for the update, reaching out, it was very nice.
Send me Jamie, just send me any dates you want me to come back and I'll put it on my.
Okay, thank you, you too. So now we need a motion pursuant to the Board Rule 9, Section 8, the General Government Committee waives the publication and interviewing requirements for the reappointments to the Regional Convention Facility Authority Citizen Advisory Council. Then we're just, because we're not going to post it. So if we get it, okay, moved by Commissioner Colwell, supported by Commissioner Kofenderfer. Should we do roll call probably? We can do voice vote, can't we? All in favor? Aye. Opposed. All right, then we're good. So she's reappointed. She's really a good appointment.
Yeah, amazing.
Yes. So, and then, so the next item, Board of Commissioners appointment, Oakland Community Health Network appointments. I'm gonna never call that the right name anymore. I'm gonna call it Community Mental Health. So, I called the chairperson now it's probably 3 weeks ago, because that was supposed to be in our last meeting. Betty Arrington, that's her last name, yeah. Betty Arrington, and I asked her about the 4, so we have Dr. Haynes, I think it's Hans, I do too. Dr. Taub, Eleanor Respecki, and Adam Furman up for reappointment. And she suggested that they all be reappointed because they are going through the process of finding their new director. And they're just starting that. And so she would like the committee as a whole to stay that way for these 4. And she did say she's up next year, and there's a couple other people up next year that she's been on it so long, she may not want to stay, so it wouldn't be bad to have new, but she thought at this time for 2018, the board is working good together, and they know what they're looking for in a director. Okay. So if we want to, we appoint all 4, and I think we have we do have 4 more up again next March. So she said maybe we could get another one in by then, you know, just to switch up, because some of them, I think she said she was on 17 years already. So she said, I'm not saying we can't, you know, change it up, but she didn't think it should be now. So I don't know if we want to make a motion, we can waive the rule to reappoint. They're all interested in reappointment. They all sent in their applications on time. So it was not posted, but so these 4 are all interested. So we could make a motion to reappoint them. They are expired March 31st. So it would go to the board, it would be on time if we do it, you know. So, do we have, okay, so you want to move all 4? Okay, so then a move by Commissioner Hoffman, supported by Commissioner Colwell. And then is there any discussion? I think we've all met all of them on this, because this committee, you know, I think, I mean, I remember the face to all of them on this one, actually, so. Okay, so seeing none, we'll do roll call on Dr. Hans. We'll just do it all together. Eleanor Respecki, Adam Furman, and Dr. Stephen Taub.
Quarles, Fleming,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Colwell,
Yes.
Kokendorfer, Long.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, and so then we'll do this one again, because we didn't, so pursuant to, we need a motion again pursuant to Board Rule 9, Section 8, the General Government Committee waives the publication and interviewing requirements for the reappointments to the, and what is it again now? Oakland Community Health Network. I'm never gonna remember that. So do we have a motion for that? So then we're good. Commissioner Fleming and Commissioner Kofendorf, are you okay supporting? Okay, and then all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, seeing none. So those are done. So I think our next appointments then, just so we know, was the jury board? Jury board.
On the jury board, that's nominated by the party.
Right.
We're waiting on the Republican Party. That's
Okay. Oh, this is just the one Republican one that's due? Okay.
Axel, I believe.
Okay.
Should be the one citation of that, we'll forward it on.
Okay. So that is the next one. Okay. Perfect. So we're kind of on time with these then, so far. All right, so communications, we just need a motion to receive and file those. Moved by Commissioner Kofendorfer, supported by Commissioner Quarles. Any questions or anything on those? All right, so we have a motion to receive and file. So all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. And any other business? I kind of said about the appointments. Oh, we did good today for our presentation and stuff. We did good. All right, seeing none, we're adjourned.